Alrighty then. It's the finals. Once again, I find myself mulliganing. So it's 2-1 versus 2-1, and he played a basic mountain. I'm gonna have to go with, yep, 2 basic red mountains. This is the deck that actually won the PTQ, oddly enough. It's the most simplistic mono red deck that, selling off 2 Tarmogoyfs can buy. It's extremely easy to beat. It does have a tendency to get those god draws. That happens from time to time. I'm eating a Pop-Tart, by the way. Okay, so I can bounce this guy. I bounce the Hell Rider, but I'm going to bounce the Reckoner instead. Hope that I top deck a... Nope. Did not top deck anything that I needed. Hopefully I'll just be taking 4 from the Hell Rider. And then I can Azurius Charm, draw a card. Because I sure don't want to put the Azurius Charm, I don't want to put his Hell Rider on top, he's just going to recast it. Oh goody. I desperately need a land. Trojan land. That's not a land, that's an Obzat. It's the exact opposite. Oh, there's a land, but it's not in my colors. So I'm going to have to do what I really did not want to do, and that's Ghost Quarter my own land to grab another land. Pray to God I have a basic. Yeah, okay. And Supreme Verdict. Hopefully this will stop the bleeding. I doubt it. He's got lots of manners, and I don't. I mean, his deck is fairly straightforward. People will tell you this all the time. Sorry. If you can get past turn 4 against any aggro deck, if you're playing control in this format, you can win. I don't have a choice here. I could take 2 or not. Yeah, I'm gonna take the 2, which is really risky against a deck playing Searing Spear. But I feel like it's necessary when he can drop a myriad of things on me. Oh, he played around Rusto Angel. It's really interesting. So I guess will give me an opportunity to do a couple different things, including Sphinx's Revelation for 1, which gets me out of certain ranges. So now I can play Obzat. Barring him, sorry, he needs double Searing Spear to kill Obzat. I doubt he has it. So now I'm just going to sit back and basically, just survive. Which essentially is what this deck does. It just survives until it can win. Which I find is an odd way of doing things, but I have a murder in hand, so I feel pretty good. I can murder his guy. I can mill him if I want to. Yeah, I'm going to murder the Boros Reckoner. I don't like its face. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this deck is not a single card was bought. Every single one of these cards is all entirely from draft. I did a ton of Innistrad block drafting. I mean, it's just massive amounts. That was probably the most fun block for me. And yeah, I didn't do. I did a lot of RTR. Enjoyed RTR, but I only did enough to do. Um, I only did enough to do. You know, four drafts, or I didn't do enough to get 4 Sphinx Revelations. So you notice I only have 3. But yeah, everything in here is drafted from like M13, just all standard stuff. I have not bought a single card in this deck. The foil basic lands I picked up when I sold. I got a whole bunch of Zendikar lands when they were like 2 cents a piece. And actually, when I first started out, people were like, you know, I just put up like, I would really like free basic lands, and they just handed me Zendikar lands like it was nothing. So I attack. He blocks here. I have no clue why he's blocking with the Pirate Heart Wolf. That's the stupidest thing I have ever seen. I've seen some pretty dumb things in my life. But attacking with a creature, blocking with a creature with Undying just seems really dumb. Especially since, you know, you're playing against a deck that revolves around blowing up things. Very similar to what I just did there. He can't kill me now. I don't think there's any possible way. He would need triple Searing Spear, and I just don't think he has that. If he had it, he would have killed my Obzet, or at least taken out Jace. So, let's draw some more. Oh no, this time I'm actually milling him. I want to see what his deck has in it. And I'm not very impressed at all. I cannot believe this deck won a PTQ. There's an argument to be had whether or not the good players should have to actually play to get onto the Pro Tour, and there may be some validity to that, but at the same time, like, you know, this is the one case in which you'd say, okay, there's some validity to that argument, because, you know, mono red deck wins won the Pro Tour, and it was just like the most poorly constructed. Not the Pro Tour, the PTQ. I'm gonna Revelation for like 20. I think this is when he scoops. No, I doubt he scoops, but I'm at a fairly healthy life total, and Jace is just kind of ticking away. I just, so, you know, you get the argument on one side of, well, Michael Jacobs, you know, he gives the argument that pros should not have to compete to get onto the Pro Tour because it's just too difficult to go in nowadays, you know, week after week. And then on the other side, I'm like, well, there are some people who deserve to get onto the Pro Tour because they just don't have the time that they would normally, you know, that these pros have to go to every event every weekend. So there's really two sides to this argument. It's, do you agree? Okay, he scooped. Sideboard options, I don't need many. The main deck is very well suited for this matchup. I'm just going to take out the Pointer Cleansing and, you know, add in Essence Scatter. I think Essence Scatter is like my best option here. I'm taking out Thing twice, but I don't know if that's the right decision. I also like Terminus, just because he showed me Pyreheart Wolf. When he showed me okay, yeah, I take out the Syncopate, which I don't need when I'm adding in like 2 or 3 Essence Scatters. So, but so it, you know, it really comes down to what position you take on the PTQs in the Pro Tour. Now, I personally like a Pro Tour where you get like 600 people, because out of those 600 people, you know, maybe I'll be completely honest with you, Conley Woods is not that good. LSV is not that good. None of these guys are good at all. Okay? Kibler is not that good. And I'm being completely honest when I say this. They get free cards. They get to go to every event. I mean, look at Jackie Lee. What has Jackie Lee ever won in her life? Exactly. I'm sure that there's a girl out there who's 1,000 times better at the game, but, you know, has a life outside of Magic, and just can't go and play 24 hours a day, you know? So he's going to start off with Burning Tree Emissary for no value. You know, and I question their thinking when it comes to this type of thing, because it's like, who's really good at this game? Like, what quantifies being a pro? Okay, so I was able to Essence Scatter there. I'm not drawing any lands, which is getting progressively worse. His deck gets better, and mine gets progressively worse. Because I'm going to have to start playing tapped lands for mana. Now, he can go Hellrider here, which would be very, very frustrating. Yep, Hellrider. That's 4, 5, that's 7 damage. So I'm going to Thought Scour him. Because Thought Scouring him is just... Now, Thought Scour him again. Thought Scouring him is just really good in this instance. Because, you know, his deck is either, you know, gas or lands. And I want to take him off gas. You know, you want to punish decks that can't use their graveyards if you have something like Thought Scour. And when I don't have the mana to Snapcaster something at Thought Scour, then there's really no purpose to it. To Thought Scour myself and potentially get rid of the 24 lands I have in the deck. Okay, so this is getting really ugly. I'm going to have to tap my mana correctly. I don't know, it's just, you guys could argue about it, but do people deserve invites to the Pro Tour? That's really what it comes down to. Or should you earn your way on there? Or should the Pro Tour even do some of the stuff that it does? I mean, there's a lot of stupid stuff that goes on. I really need to top deck a land. Wrong colored land. Entering Scoop Phase. Yeah, it's Scoop Phase. Alright. So as you can see, the biggest problem with my deck was drawing lands. Which is not the worst thing in the world. If that's your biggest issue with a deck, then you're good. I could bring in Duress. Duress seems fine here, but I just don't see a need. I could take out Dissipate. I'm not too worried. I just want to make sure I get that early Syncopate in play rather than the early Dissipate, which is just really bad against his deck. Syncopate does get worse as the game... Sorry, Syncopate does get worse as the game goes on. Okay, he had no turn 1 play, so I feel really good right now. So I'll be able to think twice and let him do whatever he feels like. He's probably going to go Burning Tree Emissary, Burning Tree Emissary, Burning Tree Emissary, Burning Tree Emissary. No? Okay. Miracle Terminus. Nope. That happens way too often. From now on, every time I use Revelation or I draw a card, I'm leaving one white open. I don't even give a fuck. Alright. Now I'm feeling really good about myself. I don't care what he plays. Yeah, that's fine. I really have absolutely no clue how the hell did this deck win a PTQ? Who knows how many billions of people were in that goddamn PTQ also. But Yeah, so I could just basically sit back, play my next land, drop Obsidat. Obsidat kind of halves anything that he could do. Okay, so he's going Burning Tree Emissary into no value. That's fantastic. That's why you play green in the deck, and that's why you play, you know, cards you can cast off Burning Tree Emissary. So I just gained back the 2 I played from playing the Untapped Shock. Now I'm just going to keep bouncing Obsidat. God, Obsidat's so fucking good. I also really fucking hate the Blitz decks. They're so goddamn annoying. Oh, and when you're playing Esper or American, and your opponent is keeping 1 card in hand no matter what, and I mean, like, you could do anything, he will always keep that 1 card in hand. It is a skull crack. It will always be a skull crack. Okay, so he has no problem going down to 11, I think. Yeah, 11 seems about right. I guarantee you, his card in hand is Skullcrack. I'm gonna go Sphinx's Revelation, and he will Skullcrack me, which is fine. I'm at a high enough life total that it really doesn't affect me much. Come on, don't have Skullcrack, just 1 time. Oh, he didn't. Wow, I'm amazed. Okay, so that's game then. I mean, once you resolve Revelation, you can pretty much just sit around and play with yourself. Yeah. Oh, and the Ghost Quarters. It's serves 2 purposes in this deck. It gets rid of pesky lands, but also if you Azurius Charm something, you can shuffle their deck, which is a nice option to have. You could also use it late game to shuffle your own deck, which this deck has a very difficult time. Like, that's why I took out the Augur Bolus. I was sick and tired of, like, Augur Bolus says on it, look at the top 3 cards of your library and put them on the bottom of your library in any order. But, you know, basically, if IRL, you write down, you know, you see 1 J's gone, you write down 1 J. You can use it to shuffle your deck, which is really nice. Okay, that's Termini. I don't need you right now. I'll just murder, and then that's game, I believe. Yep. Alright, so I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you next time. Sadly, my tiebreakers weren't fantastic, so I ended up somewhere in the low percentage points, but yeah, I did pretty well, I gotta admit. I was number 61 in this, and there were some good players in this, but everything in here is from draft, and I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you again next time. Peace.